You ever found a dead body in the trash? Or body parts? Like a torso or a head? Please say head.
If you're anything like me, you've been mourning the end of Parks and Recreation ever since it wrapped in 2015, and maybe you've even been keeping an effigy of April Ludgate in your living room and worshipping it every night, and sending locks of hair to Amy Poehler and asking Nick Offerman to adopt you. I mean, I can't be the only one, right? Ah. Yes, well, according to the cast and creators, Mike Schur and Greg Daniels, the only way a reunion would happen is if there was a good enough idea. Amy Poehler, Nick Offerman, Adam Scott, Rashida Jones, Aziz Ansari, Aubrey Plaza, Chris Pratt, Jim O'Hare, and Rob Lowe, along with Schur and Daniels, appeared on stage at Thursday night's Paley Festival panel for the 10th anniversary reunion, where Schur said, "Everyone on the stage and like 6 other people would have to feel like there was a story that needed to be told." Well, I got an idea for you, Mike. What about the story of an intrepid Australian who moves to Pawnee in search of a new beginning and lands a job at City Hall where she becomes besties with Anne, sorry Leslie, and single-handedly solves all of Pawnee's problems and dethrones Jerry, Larry, Gary, Terry as mayor because, who are we kidding, and lives forever as one of the government building's infamous murals? Wow, tough crowd today. Tough. While Schur says he hasn't ruled anything out, he also feels like the show succeeded in its mission. Meanwhile, before the panel, Poehler told The Hollywood Reporter on the red carpet that she was 100% in if Schur had an idea he thought would work. "I am so not cool, so from minute one, I've been like, I'm down. Tell me where to go, I'll clear my schedule," she said. I mean, Mike Schur currently produces and writes on, I think, 14 shows, so it'll really be whenever he is tech-avail, as we like to say in the biz. But yeah, I'm ready.
I invented this Parks game, son! Oh. Damn it! When did they put a lamp here?
Offerman, who played Ron Swanson, also said he'd be available under the same conditions. "Oh sure, I'll do anything Parks and Rec as long as the brass is behind it," he told THR. "I mean, the gifts that show brought to me, I'm still collecting every day, and I don't imagine I'll ever feel that I've fully repaid them."
When people get too chummy with me, I like to call them by the wrong name to let them know I don't really care about them.
Plaza, who had previously told THR that it felt too soon for a reboot, but she'd do anything with those people, said on the carpet, "It's hard to recreate magic, so not yet, but I want to be around the cast all the time. They're the best. I never have had more fun in my life. They're my family."
I think you should lose the first line and the last line and all of the other lines and instead just walk up to the mic and meow really loudly for 8 minutes.
Parks and Recreation ran for 7 seasons from 2009 to 2015, with the finale flashing forward to various points in the future. We saw Andy and April become parents to Bert, Snakehole, Ludgate, Karate, Dracula, Macklin, Demon, Jack Gillette, and Dwyer, or Jack for short. Tom become a best-selling author capitalizing on his past failed ventures, and Leslie and Ben being accompanied by Secret Service agents, leaving us to hope that Leslie finally achieved her dream of being President of the United States, which quite frankly is my dream right now because, you know. The discussion, which was moderated by Patton Oswalt, spanned plenty of topics, including the show's eerily on-the-money predictions, such as Paul Rudd's Bobby Newport character's political aspirations, and the Fire Festival disaster, which, let's face it, was totally something Tom and John Ralphio would have attempted when they were running Entertainment 720, and I still don't know what that company did.
My company's bankrupt, okay? Entertainment 720 is dead.
And of course, there is plenty of topical material to draw inspiration from these days as well. I was reading about the college admissions scandal and I was like, that's some Eagleton shit, joked Ansari, referring to Pawnee's fictitious bougie rival town. When it comes to Schur's favourite episode of the series, he picked Season 3 standout The Fight, which was written and directed by Poehler. In the episode, the gang heads to the Snakehole Lounge and proceed to get wasted on snake juice while Anne and Leslie have their first fight. So, if everyone were to say yes, a reunion could happen. There was nothing I loved more than working on this show. It felt like the most important thing that I would ever do, Schur said. I would never, ever, ever say never. I mean, the chance to do it again, should it arise, would be incredible. But I think we'd only do it if we all felt like there was some compelling reason to do it. Mike, isn't the fact that I want it compelling enough? Oh, fine. Schur, who was also the comedic mastermind behind The Good Place and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, among others, recently signed a huge multi-year overall deal with his longtime home at Universal Television, said to be worth in the 9-figure range. Well earned. To read more on this story, head to THR.com. For The Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Lindsay Rodriguez.